Hello, my name is Liene and welcome back to my channel and welcome to March wrap-up. In March I read 6 books, and to keep it this short, let's quickly go through them. First I have Pieci pirksti or 5 Fingers by Māra Zālīte. This is a book by Latvian author and it is available in English if you are interested. It is called 5 Fingers. That's the actual title in English. And this is a historical fiction, and it is about a girl who was born in Siberia because her parents were deported and they met there and they had a child, and now they are back in Latvia, her mother's childhood home. So the book is about their lives now back kind of home. It was really interesting, but at some moments I was bothered by the way it was written. It is from the child's perspective. The child is telling the story, and in some moments it didn't feel like the child is telling the story. I feel like she was 5 or something like that. She's really little girl, and there are moments then you feel, based on the language, how things are said, that it is a child. But sometimes you can't tell it. It doesn't feel like a child. But it was interesting to see how at some points the child is repeating the things she has heard adults say, and at the time when they came back, it was a bit dangerous because after Second World War, Latvia was occupied by Russia, kind of Soviet Union, and you couldn't really say anything against the regime. It was an interesting read. I enjoy historical books, but yeah, the tone of the writing wasn't my favorite. Then I read a thriller, Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I rarely read thrillers, I feel like. I don't read them often, but I mostly enjoy them. Maybe because I haven't read a lot of them. I don't see some things, common things that are used in thrillers, maybe. But this is about a woman who is kind of stalking her ex-husband's new fiancé, new wife-to-be. And there are 2 perspectives. And when those 2 perspectives come together, I was shocked because that's not what I expected there to be, but it was really interesting. I don't want to say a lot, but I wasn't a big fan about the ending, more about the epilogue. Was it the epilogue? The last chapter when something was revealed. I didn't really like that part, but I enjoyed the story, how it went, how at some point it was a bit creepy and like scary. But yeah, I definitely feel like I should read more thrillers, but I don't own that much of them. But I think I have few somewhere. I just don't know where. The next one I read was The Murder But Diaries, book 1 by Martha Wells, and this contains like the first 2 novellas, All Systems Red and I can't remember the title for the second one, but the first novellas, I'm gonna hopefully write the title right here, the second one, and it is a sci-fi. I like the second one better, but it was interesting because it is about a robot, and robots are not supposed to be on their own, like think for themselves and go on by themselves, but this one has done something, so it is not owned by anyone anymore. He's kind of on a run, and yeah, it was really interesting. I definitely want and need to read more, but yeah, the second story I liked more because there was a spaceship that the murder bot interacted with, and it was really fun. I like spaceships who have like intellect, who can talk and think. I find that really interesting. So yeah, really interesting and really short sci-fi. If you consider there are 2 books on this one, they are short and fun to read. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by XEO was my next read, and this is a retelling of a Korean myth, and in this one, main character goes and jumps into the water to save her brother and more like his love, who was supposed to be the sea god's next wife, and she goes instead of her, and it's about her journey in the sea god's place. There is a mystery. The sea god has been kind of asleep for a really long time, and it is not really known why. So the main character goes down and meets other people who are trying to protect the king. I don't remember her purpose. What was the reason? Like, what was the thing she had to do? I don't remember. What does it say about the book? I enjoyed it while I read. I remember there were 3 characters she meets in that world that are friends and kind of protecting the sea god. I don't remember a lot of things, as you can see, but I really liked those because those 3 boys, I don't know how old they were, young men, boys, their friendship, that was something I really liked. I liked to see how they are. They had some issues with like one another at some points, but the overall thing, the overall friendship vibe was what I really enjoyed in this book. The book was interesting and I enjoyed it while I read it, but yeah, I don't remember that much about it, but the cover is really gorgeous. Oh, and there was a dragon. Yes, there was a sea dragon in this one. Then I read an ebook and it was all out. The No Longer Secret Stories About Queer Teens or something like that. This was for Buzzword Reading Challenge and I liked it. It was interesting. Some stories I liked better than others, but the main thing about this one was that I felt and I wanted some stories to be longer. It felt too quick, the romance ones. But yeah, the stories were interesting, like set in different times. For some, there was historical setting and inspiration. Like for the first one, it was... I don't remember where it was set, but there was a historical event that inspired the story. So yeah, it was good. I liked it, but just wanted something more from some of the stories, like them to be longer, to enjoy the characters more. Especially the one that was set in, I feel like England, and there were 2 housemaids and the romance between them. As I said, I would like it to have been a longer thing and slow burn thing. So yeah, and the last book I read was A Marvelous Light by Freya Marske, and look at this beautiful book. Look how pretty it is. It is like, it has a see-through dust jacket. The book is gorgeous, but I struggled with the story. I don't know why. It read really slowly. It is set in our world, but like in the early 20th century. But there is magic. There are families that have magic, and members in those magic families can have some kind of a power. It can be stronger, it can be weaker, or they don't have the power. Our 2 main characters are one who is forced into a new position and he doesn't know anything about it, and turns out it is related to magic, and then the other one is a person who works with that person who is in that position, kind of governmental position. And they go on a journey to look for what really happened to the man who previously was in that position. What was he up to? Because he just disappeared. I don't think I have really read gay romances, the adult gay romances, where they have sex in them. This was first, and yeah, the sex was the part I didn't enjoy. I don't know, it felt weird. Partly because the author is woman, I think. She's a woman. And I don't know, it does feel weird for me when women write gay romances, like gay sex scenes. How do you know how men's bodies work? Because I don't know. I know how my body works, and I can assume some female woman bodies work the same as mine, but yeah, I don't know. Just didn't particularly feel great about those parts about this book. The mystery wasn't anything like very spectacular, but I liked the world, imagining that it is our world just with some magic. So that part I liked. I have the sequel, which is more like a companion novel from what I know, and if I'm not mistaken, it is a female-female romance, so I will see how that one goes. Maybe I will like that better, but yeah, that's that. It's such a shame that I didn't like this one. No, I love the cover of this. Like, the design of the book is so gorgeous. So this is it. These were the 6 books I read in March, and yeah, in the comments down below, please let me know one book you read in March. And if you have read any of these, please share your thoughts with me. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you in the next one. Bye!